What up, Soul Family? Today I want to share some experiences around perspective. Uh, as something that I teach is your perspective creates your reality, and that can seem kind of abstract. And I'm just, having a full-on experience of how my perspective was shaping my reality yesterday, mixed with a little bit of talking about synchro destiny and just being in the right place, attracting your tribe, attracting the right people, but really leaning into the perspective choice of your ideology around whatever situation that you're in. So, just to say that yesterday I went to Siesta Key Beach, beautiful white quartz sand beach in Sarasota, Florida, where my parents live. Blessed to be here. I'm at my parents' house for a little bit, in between Hawaii and Dallas. But yesterday I went to Siesta Key Beach to catch the sunset, and just what I received there was so beautiful and so wonderful. And I also could see how if I was in a different mindset around what was happening around me, that I might have had a very different experience. I wanted to kind of share my experiences of these synchro destinies and how much beauty was in my life, and mix it with where my perspective could have been in that very same situation where I was sitting on this white quartz sand beach, playing some music, listening to Big Something, Khruangbin, and Lettuce on a playlist. And I was on the beach and pretty much in my own little zone. Not many people are out there. It's off season right now, so it's beautiful to be out there with much less people. And then somebody arrives. This group of 3 people arrives, or 5 people arrives. It's a child, an adult man, a lady with a camera, a pregnant woman, and her husband. And they're doing golden hour pictures, and they're doing it right next to and / in front of me, not in front of the sun per se, but in front of me and next to me. And then on the other side of me, the little kid's playing with their dad, and building sandcastles and running back and forth to the water. And I just thought it was so beautiful in this time period. And I don't know if you were moving through some of the similar things. It feels like a collective possibility, but this, for me, I have this pregnancy within myself. I see everything in the universal language of mind. So if I see it outside of me, like this pregnant woman and her husband and the photos and the sunset and the child and the sandcastles and the dad, I see all these things as different aspects of myself. And I'm just wondering in these moments, what am I receiving? And this, this empress energy with this big, beautiful, pregnant belly, and just being holy shit, this woman is so she's glowing, it's beautiful. This man and her are commemorating this moment with pictures, and within my own space in my own life, I'm really leaning into how can I celebrate more the milestones that I've reached over these past 6 or 7 years, that I'm really in this space of graduation. I'm really in this place of being pregnant and right before the birth of this beautiful brand and the new different ideas and creations that I'm bringing into form in this next new year. And just witnessing that with this beautiful sunset, the perfect alignment of clouds, and this over to the right, there's a little rainbow being in the clouds, just a rainbow sliver right there, watching the situation. I'm so aware of this rainbow being, as well as the sun as it's setting and moving through clouds and different colors, and this pregnant woman and her husband, and just the beauty that they're sharing together. And it's such this synchrodestined moment. I could have easily not shown up to the beach, but here I am with my feet in the sand, soaking up this sunshine and also seeing this beauty in front of me. And then another family, mom, dad, and 2 kids sitting right in front of me to the left, close enough to where they can hear my music. Same with the dad and his daughter, who are building a sandcastle. My attraction by my vibe that I created through the music that I was listening to, but also just me being me, attracted literally my tribe, these people who were a beautiful constellation of people to share this sunset with. And it was just interesting to see this family with the mom and the dad, the masculine and the feminine, and then a masculine child and a feminine child. I have this other child over here, this creative baby building a new Atlantis in the sand, pouring water around the sand castles and building moats and such, and just loving the reflection of what I was getting and really leaning into the depth of this is happening for me right now. And this is part of, what I've attracted and what I'm calling in with friendships and family and soul family and my vibe tribe and magnetization and law of attraction, and all these things are just like culminating in this moment with this beautiful, beautiful sunset, as well as being around these beautiful, beautiful people and watching them celebrate life, and also celebrating each other. And after the sunset, like both of them, like the family came to me and the dad came to me, and they were asking me what music I was playing, and they were like talking about how they were vibing and they were really grateful that the music was there. And I was just like, fuck yes, dude. Kind of had that vibe, but you create a story that like maybe they're not gonna like it or something, but they were fucking vibing. We were vibing together. We talked about it afterwards. It was freaking gorgeous and beautiful. Also within this sunset scape, there's a hawk. A few hawks really, but this one hawk that I actually got a video of it diving into the water, getting this fish, and it being a reflection of this higher perspective and the abundance that comes in different forms, like this family, like this pregnant woman, like this young lady was taking graduation photos, and maybe prom, I really don't know. There was a lot of people taking photos during golden hour on this beautiful white quartz sand beach. I think that's kind of Sarasota sunset vibe. People just be taking pictures at golden hour. What's up? But the graduation piece too, another milestone marker, another synchro destiny into like the milestones that I've created in my life. What have I achieved? What am I receiving right now in this reflection that allows me to see more of and celebrate more of what I have to offer, what I have offered myself, and what I'm really leaning into. As far as like appreciating myself and loving the milestone, loving the ending and the beginning that's happening right now, and really leaning into that as synchro destinies, as well as that higher perspective, jumping down, getting the fish, always being taken care of, like being in the higher perspective so that you can see the opportunities to be grateful. Like being grateful for this couple and these children at play, and just all the beautiful magic that was happening around me in this space on this beautiful, beautiful white quartz sand beach. And that's to play with, I can notice at sunsets when I'm with my mother or my father or with another person that they can be, kind of jaded because they live there. My mom and dad live there. So they can be kind of jaded to like, oh, look at all these people taking pictures and they're in our way or something. Not that they really do that, but this is like, they kind of do that sometimes in certain ways, not in this particular, but it's really, noticing that I'm getting like, oh my God, what if they see this and get upset? But like, that's not our relationship. We're cool. But it's just to say that you could easily be sitting in that chair and be like, damn, there's so many people in my way, or this family sat right in front of me and I wanted a full view with just the beach of the sunset, or dang, they're over here distracting me with their picture taking, or why is this girl taking graduation photos, or any of these things. And I could have easily been in that mindset. I wouldn't have paid attention to the hawk. I wouldn't have got the video of the hawk. I wouldn't have been smiling so much. I wouldn't have been vibing so much with my music. I wouldn't have been like in my zone of gratitude that allowed me to continue attracting more of these things to be grateful for, but also just like being grateful. So it's like, there are moments in life where we can choose our perspective. We can choose what thought we're thinking about a situation and put it in the perspective of where we actually want to put our focus. And I have found in my life, as I bring myself into deeper states of gratitude, that I find more things to be grateful for attract into my life, as well as just the situations I'm in, whether I'm in traffic or whether I'm like, on a beach and somebody's standing in front of me for a few minutes during sunset or something. Like, I can just be more patient and more grateful for like, what are they reflecting to me? How can I find more peace in this moment? How can I find my perspective of heaven on earth? Because heaven and hell are two slices of the same coin, and they're both available right here, right now, in this moment. Which one will you choose? What will you choose your perspective focus to be? Will you be grateful for what is in front of you? Can you be grateful for the traffic that gives you the opportunity to slow down and be in gratitude with just being in the moment more and breathing more, or like just being like, oh, how can I be grateful here? Or will you be in hell and be like, fuck, get these people off the road, what are they doing in my way, and I gotta do this thing and that thing, and think. What do you want to do? You know, how do you want to live in that moment? Do you want to live in hell in that moment? It's your choice. Do you want to live in heaven in that moment? It's your choice. So I just like, you know, I was really looking forward to coming on and talking about synchrodestiny, or really just talking about my moment yesterday, because it was freaking great. And I wanted to reflect on how much gratitude and joy and how heart-opening that experience was. And then I also realized that in this, you know, world of infinite perspective possibilities, that I could have easily been upset or something in those moments, and wanted to share a less abstract version of how our perspective creates our reality through where we choose to put our attention, where do we choose to put our thoughts. And that creates the emotional landscape, or the feelings landscape, or the vibe, so to speak. And that vibe is what your point of attraction is. So like really getting into the practice of being grateful for what's in front of you, acknowledging and taking acknowledging and taking ownership and responsibility of whatever is in your field on the outside, because it's a reflection of what you're going through inside. Like it or not, take it or leave it, baby. But we can also choose to be in heaven or hell with our perspective in any given moment. How can we refocus? As well as how can we put our focus on things that we can be more grateful for, so that we can attract more gratitudely things into our lives. The more that you are grateful, the more your vibration is on a sense of magnetizing more things to be grateful for. So, what perspective will you choose today? And also, has there been anything beautiful in your life over the last, week or two that you want to share? Share in the comments. What's been going on for you? Have you found yourself in moments where your perspective could be in heaven or could be in hell? Share around that. Can you laugh at yourself for the moments that you have been in hell? Knowing that it's a responsible choice, that you could have chosen to be in a space of heaven. You know what I'm saying? It's really just, what am I focused on? What I focus on brings more of those things into my life. So what do I want more of, and how do I wish to respond to what is happening in front of me, around me, and inside of me in a way that brings more of a reason to be excited about life and grateful for what we are experiencing and growing in this now moment. Share in the comments what your favorite synchrodestiny moment has been this week, or a moment that we can laugh at together about you were in a moment of being in a perspective of hell, and you can look back and you can laugh at yourself. You can laugh at that dimension of your shadow, or anything that you're excited about in your life right now. Let's talk about it. Let's bring the perspective of gratitude into the chat. What are you grateful for in your life right now? What are you grateful for? What awarenesses are you grateful for? What are you celebrating about where you have achieved so much beauty? Have you had a beautiful sunset recently? Have you had some moments where you're like, whoa, that happened? That's freaking awesome. I know I have. And that's been mixed with some hell moments too, my friends. Definitely going through some soul cage moments and rearranging of subconscious patterning around different things. And that's a whole nother video. Let me tell you about it. That's a whole nother video. But where's your perspective? How can we create a perspective of gratitude to magnetize more things to be grateful for? Love you. I'll talk to you again soon. Goodbye.